Hello, everybody. We are back with our guest, Miss Deanna.
Hey.
Okay, she is our guest for the month, and we are doing another show with this beautiful young lady. Now, our topic for today is self-reflection. With this ponytail. Self-reflection. So we did some research, right? And we looked it up. So we're gonna read it because we be reading from paper around here. Self-reflection. Webster said, and Google said, meditation or serious thought about one's character, actions, and motives, right? In psychology, it focuses on observation of one's mental state. Spiritually, it is a what does it say? Spiritually conflicts and focuses on examination of one's soul. So I'm going to stick with that basic one-liner. Meditation or serious thought about one's character, actions, and motives. The reason why I think self-reflection is very, very important is if you don't take the time to look at yourself and say you go through a trial and a tribulation, right? What you want to do is sit back and figure out, what did I learn from this?
Right.
What did I take away from this? From a breakup, from a relationship. If you failed a test, normally when you fail a test, you go back
and see what you did correctly, incorrectly.
Exactly.
So that you can know how to do better
next time. Oftentimes we go from situation to situation to situation, trial and trial, without taking the time to look back and say, what did I learn from this? How did I grow from this? How can I do better?
And they say hindsight is 20/20. So when you take the time to reflect, it gives you better vision on what you did in that situation or in that season.
I agree.
What you could have done better or what someone else was doing, someone else's role, things that you may have not noticed while being in it.
Yeah.
But now when you take the time and reflect, it's like, oh man, yeah, so-and-so
did do that.
Or so-and-so, exactly.
You know what I mean? When you take time to self-reflect, look at the pros and look at the cons.
Right.
Right? Not just for the other person, but again, for yourself. Self-reflect. It's so often, especially in relationships at work, relationships with your spouse, she married.
Yes.
That we're quick to blame and point the finger at the other person. Well, you did this to me, and you did so-and-so, and I think you need to change, and I think you need to work on you, and I think blah, blah, blah. And never do they take the time, just rarely, to say, how did I actively participate
in
this argument?
How did I contribute to the situation or the argument or whatever has manifested? What was my part? Yeah, they were wrong, but what did you do? Because 9 times out of 10, everybody or the parties involved, there is no one just innocent person. Usually it's not like that. I mean, I'm not saying that it never happens, but usually everybody has played a role in the situation and how it unfolded and ended and the result of it.
Yeah, and they just don't want to be honest. They don't want to be honest. And when it comes to self-reflecting, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to look at it like, damn, I messed up. I did something.
That's hard.
You can never say you're sorry, and you can never move forward if you don't take the time to look at what you did. Or, for example, another thing is, if you don't take time to reflect on the choices and decisions that you made, even if they're not the best ones, you're bound to repeat them. You are bound to repeat the same mistakes. And there is no growth if you don't learn. And you cannot change from within if you don't take time to look within. And sometimes put it on paper.
I like to write stuff down.
Write it down and really look at it and just say, you know what? I'm stressed. I don't have enough money to pay rent, bills, blah, blah, blah. What did I do? What did I spend my money on? How can I spend money better?
Writing it down helps you to hold yourself accountable to the things that have happened that led up to whatever
I agree
is at play in the moment.
Agree.
Because you don't always consider everything until you start writing it down. If I look at my bank account and it's like, dang, I just got paid. Why don't
my
we
money
get more
at?
money at? I literally gotta go through and like pull up the account and see like, oh dang, I did
Some
spend-
reoccurring payments from Amazon Prime.
Like wait a minute, I didn't spend $18 here, $13. Those little things add up. And
DSW, Saks Fifth Avenue. I got Macy's charge.
Oh my god! And it all adds up. You think, oh, 60 here or 30
Yeah, it
here.
adds up.
It adds up so quick, and if you don't find a way to assess what you did in a situation,
Yeah.
in a way to be really honest with yourself, because
Yeah.
it's not. I will say it's not easy because I do have to write things down.
I don't like to admit to all my mistakes all the time either.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
especially if
I
it's
never
like
do.
ugly and nasty. If I know like I
I
did
never
something
do.
wrong, and sometimes I do.
Well, I never want to. I'm not gonna say I never do. I never want to.
Sometimes I do.
That is an area of growth for me, admitting when I am wrong. I will fight tooth and nail.
But do you ever just say, you know what? I think I messed up. Or I did my part. Or
Not
if you
right
holler
away.
at your kids a little too much, just a little bit. I know I've done it with mine. And my son will say, you're over exaggerating. Or you're, you know what I'm saying? Chill, ma, chill, relax. Like, wait. And I'm like, did I go in a little too hard? Did I go in, like, he's really upset. Did I play a part in that? Did I go ham? Like, all the way ham? Like, seriously? Because if so, then
Yeah.
I can apologize. Not only will I be able to apologize, I know what I did wrong,
Mm-hmm.
so I won't make the same mistake twice.
I'm working on it.
Over and over and over. You can do that with your finances.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that in your relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Don't complain when you keep dating the same guy over and over, or the same woman
Mm-hmm.
over and over, because you like what you like, right? You like what you like, and there are patterns and behaviors that come out when you keep making those choices.
Right.
If you want something different, then you're gonna have to change, and you're not gonna change if you don't know what needs to be changed, because you just keep going. You're like a serial dater, or I just told her I was showing her some pictures, right?
Yeah.
And I self-reflected. I said,
in the whole moment.
I said, I'm getting a little thick, a little chunky. And I had to say, I was eating out a lot. Let me look and see why I gained 25 pounds. Like,
She's dramatic, y'all. It was not 25.
it felt like 25 pounds. But I was just like, ooh, her face a little rounder. And I'm not fitting into my jeans no more. Let me sit down. I'm not about to go and get an order of Krispy Kremes. I'm not gonna go get an order of Krispy Kremes. Or I'm not gonna go and I have to look at, if I want something to change.
Right.
I have to look at what I've been doing and assess, okay, so this is the pattern that I have. In order for me to see a different result, these are the changes that I'm going to have to make,
Yep.
right? And that's healthy to do it in a career,
Mm-hmm.
in your relationship,
Yep.
your finances.
Money.
I almost want to say health, too.
No, yeah. And you know what? And sometimes self-reflection, I know we're talking about self-reflection as it pertains to situations that may not be as pleasant, but self-reflection is also important when things are going good as well. You have to take time to reflect to see, what was I doing and what happened to get
When
me
I
to
was
this
in my happy place.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that way you know how to get back there when you
That's true.
are not there. And when you said health, that's what it made me think about, because when I run into these moments where I'm too busy to go to the gym or things like that, and I start feeling lethargic or not energetic and just off centered, I have to remember, when I was working out, my energy was high. I felt good about myself. And so I have to get back to that habit, but I got to take the time to really think, like, why am I so quick? Why am I quick to anger? Why am I agitated all the time? Why am I lethargic and always tired? Why do I feel unproductive? I have to take the time to think about that. I hate that.
I hate that too.
I hate that.
So that's the biggest thing. So I don't know about you guys, but I think self-reflecting is a really big part of self-care.
Yes.
It is a really big part of this Life Matters journey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this journey, as I say all the time, is a process to progress, and you're not going to change overnight. And the only way to start working on self-love is to self-reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Look at where you want to go and look at where you are now. Mm-hmm. What are the steps that will be required of you to get from point A to point B? Mm-hmm. No rush. Don't be hard on yourself. Mm-hmm. Be patient with yourself. Mm-hmm. But understand, this is where I am. And what are the things, and I want you guys to write that down and leave something in the comment box. But of the things that you want to do and things that you know you can do in regards to self-reflection, so that you can get to, really loving yourself first, consistently. What's going on with me? So for me, what I like to do is say, okay, this is where I am. And these are the things that I don't like right now. Mm-hmm. I have some negative self-talk lately. It takes a lot longer for me to have more of a positive outlook on certain things. And that is contributing to my day. How I start my morning, I'm realizing that my morning, I may have attitude. Or my morning, I may jump on social media. Or my morning, that's how you start your day. Yeah. Right? So I know for me, these are the things that I may have to change in order to get to point B. Right? And that's what I want you guys to do for your action items. Really take the time. Write it down. Yeah. Where am I right now? How did I contribute to where I am right now? In this season, we're in our second quarter, right? Of 2019. Where are you in the second quarter? It's been the whole first quarter of the year is gone. It's gone, right? So where are you? Is this where you want to be? How did you contribute to being where you are right now? In a good way and in a bad way? Yes. And what are the things that you can do to change?
And be comfortable as you implement the various action items that you're going to change and the strategies you're going to use to change them. Be open to adjusting along the way, because you may think one thing is going to work and it doesn't. And it's okay, right? Because then okay, this is not really working. Let me go back to the drawing board. Let me change something about this particular strategy. And that's what self-reflection is all about. That's how you learn about who you are even the more. We think we know who we are. I'm 32?
I'm 37.
32, 33. And I think it's true what they say. Once you get a certain age, you just stop counting. You just forget.
I'm just in my 30s, okay?
I'm in my 30s.
I always say, I don't know how old I am. I'm almost 40.
But don't look it. Thank you. But as you, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't even remember.
So, how to implement?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And being comfortable with re-strategizing, and because it helps you learn more about yourself, and it helps you with your journey of change as a whole. And knowing who you are, truly knowing who you are, is an act of loving yourself first. Because even at 30, I'm learning things about myself that I didn't recognize. And as you get older, you change.
I was just about to say, change. You change with age. Your patience change. Your level of honesty changes. You just you speak what's on your mind. You don't have time to be sugarcoating no shit. Okay, and calling it strawberry liqueur. All right, that's not what it's about. And I think that you consistently gain new habits, and then you shed old habits. I think with every decade, I actually think with every 5 years, you really regroup and you change. So those are the things that we want you to do as action items. Okay, if you have any comment for us, let us know. Follow us at Life Matters Project. And then Deanna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and LinkedIn. My Instagram is D as in dog, S as in Sam, and then REESE 26. And Instagram is just Deanna DeAnnah Stinson Reese, STINSON Reese, like the candy.
everything.
Girl, because that's my life. Is it Stinson with an E or with an I?
If you didn't hear that, because that just went through me, I was just like, what? Because I didn't write it down. Go to Life Matters Project and leave a comment. She'll be tagged.
Yes.
And she'll read all the comments below on YouTube, or feel free.
Yes.
Let us know what
Ask
you
us
think.
questions.
Ask us questions. Let us know what you think about self-reflecting. How are you reflecting on your past, so that you can make progress in your future? Okay, everybody, until the next time, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Bye.